Could it be that the end times are not some distant, abstract concept confined to ancient scrolls and whispered legends, but a living, breathing, unfolding reality right before our very eyes, subtly reshaping the fabric of our existence? What if the profound prophecies laid out in sacred texts, passed down through generations, are not mere tales from a forgotten era, but a meticulously detailed, divine roadmap designed to guide us through the profound, often bewildering shifts rocking our world today? This revelation can be deeply unsettling, perhaps even utterly shocking to our modern sensibilities, but it carries a powerful, transformative truth that can not only illuminate your path forward, but also bring an unprecedented sense of peace and clarity amidst the escalating chaos. For centuries, humanity has pondered the mysterious return of Jesus, the true meaning of the last days, and how to accurately decipher the subtle yet potent signs of the times. Too often, these profound concepts have been relegated to the distant future, dismissed as mere myth or confined to rigid theological debates. But what if the very events dominating our daily headlines, the escalating global conflicts, the dramatic and undeniable environmental upheavals, the perplexing array of spiritual awakenings, both genuine and deceptive, and the unsettling, often divisive rise of new ideologies, are precisely what the ancient scriptures so vividly foretold? There's a hidden narrative woven into the very fabric of our shared human experience, a sacred script that is now, with increasing urgency, being revealed to those with eyes to see and hearts to understand. Today, dear seeker of truth, we embark on an extraordinary and deeply personal journey, a profound spiritual quest to meticulously uncover 17 profound biblical signs, each a beacon, a guidepost, that must herald the glorious and long-awaited return of Christ. We will not merely skim the surface, instead we will bravely peel back the intricate layers of everyday events, the mundane and the monumental, to reveal the magnificent cosmic dance of prophecy, offering you not just intellectual knowledge, but a transformative understanding that possesses the power to heal anxieties, soothe troubled spirits, and ignite an unshakable hope amidst the deepest uncertainties. You will learn to discern these vital markers not as distant omens, but as tangible realities unfolding in your daily life, empowering you to make profound sense of a world that so often feels utterly bewildering and overwhelming. This isn't just a casual discussion, it is an urgent invitation to awaken, to perceive the unseen hand of God diligently at work, orchestrating His grand design, and to prepare your heart, mind, and soul for the majestic and awe-inspiring culmination of human history. As we delve into these profound, sometimes challenging truths, I extend a heartfelt invitation. I encourage you to share your own deepest thoughts and feelings. Do you sense these profound shifts within your spirit or in the world around you? Are we truly on the precipice of something monumental, something that will forever change everything? Let your voice be heard in the comments below, for your unique insights are a cherished, invaluable part of this shared journey of spiritual discovery and collective awakening. Together, we seek the light. One of the earliest and perhaps most viscerally unsettling signs that Jesus himself explicitly described was the widespread emergence of wars and rumors of wars. Pause for a moment, dear friends, and truly look around you, beyond the immediate confines of your daily routine. Ask yourself, with an open heart, is the relentless, unceasing drumbeat of conflict we hear across the globe today the very fulfillment of this ancient, chilling prophecy? The 20th century bore witness to two devastating world wars, cataclysms of unimaginable scale that tragically consumed tens of millions of souls, forever scarring generations. Yet even in their smoldering wake, the earth has rarely, if ever, known true, lasting peace. From the prolonged, agonizing shadow of conflicts in the Middle East, casting their pall over ancient lands, to the perpetually simmering tensions in Eastern Europe, Africa, and various geopolitical hotspots, our daily news feeds are a stark and constant testament to humanity's seemingly unending struggle, its persistent inclination towards discord and violence. These are not merely isolated skirmishes, easily dismissed as local disputes. They are, in fact, interconnected threads in a vast, intricate tapestry of escalating global instability. They touch lives far beyond the battlefields, impacting economies, displacing millions, and sowing seeds of resentment that span continents. Could it be, then, that these aren't merely complex political disputes or tragic human failings, but profound signals of the beginning of something much grander, something divinely orchestrated, events specifically designed to stir our slumbering souls and draw our gaze towards a greater, ultimate purpose? War, in this profound and spiritual light, transcends mere chaos. It transforms into a poignant, unmistakable call to awaken, a sobering reminder that the world as we know it is not static, but is undergoing a profound, prophesied transformation. It whispers of a future, a time when swords will indeed be beaten into plowshares, but only after a period of intense shaking and necessary purification. This sign, though somber, holds a hidden promise, that even in the midst of humanity's darkest conflicts, the divine plan continues to unfold, beckoning us towards a promised restoration. It teaches us the preciousness of peace, the cost of division, and the urgent need for divine intervention in the affairs of humankind. Embrace this understanding, for it is a foundational piece in the grand puzzle. Hand in hand with the specter of war, a grim companion if ever there was one, comes a terrifying and relentless trio, the deluge of famine, pestilence, and earthquakes. It's a sobering and perhaps unsettling truth that many are utterly unaware of just how explicitly and repeatedly the Bible foretold the widespread emergence of natural disasters and sweeping global epidemics. Yet as we cast our eyes across our world today, these ancient predictions are manifesting with an alarming, almost terrifying clarity, painting a picture that mirrors the prophetic words with chilling precision. The prophecy of famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places, Matthew 24:7, feels less like an ancient, abstract text uttered millennia ago and more like the very headlines we scroll through on our devices this morning. We've collectively endured widespread food crises, tragically exacerbated by increasingly erratic and severe climate change patterns and the persistent, brutal grip of conflict, leaving hundreds of millions hungry and desperately vulnerable. We've collectively battled global pandemics like COVID-19, a microscopic enemy that stealthily brought the entire world to its knees, fundamentally altering our way of life, exposing the profound fragility of our interconnected systems, and leaving an indelible mark on every society. And then there are the Earth's own dramatic and powerful tremors, the unsettling increase in the frequency and devastating intensity of earthquakes that shatter communities, the terrifying might of tsunamis that sweep away coastlines, and the relentless, often unprecedented floods that submerge entire regions, displacing countless lives and reshaping landscapes. When we compare these unfolding realities, these very present sufferings, to the detailed descriptions in the ancient scriptures, can we truly, honestly, dismiss it as mere coincidence, a random alignment of unfortunate events? No, dear friends. These hardships, these profound challenges, are not the end itself, but the undeniable opening signs, the powerful, agonizing birth pains of a world preparing for its grandest, most significant transformation. They are a spiritual alarm bell, echoing through every crevice of creation, calling us to attention. It's a profound reminder that even in the midst of widespread suffering and seemingly insurmountable difficulty, there can be a deeper, hidden meaning, a divine purpose that stretches far beyond our immediate pain towards a glorious promise of healing, renewal, and ultimate restoration. Embrace this knowledge, for it equips your heart to understand the times and to find solace in the promise of a future where all tears will be wiped away. Following closely in the footsteps of physical and environmental upheavals, A more subtle yet equally insidious and perhaps even more spiritually dangerous sign emerges: the rise of false prophets. Have you noticed, truly noticed, the burgeoning landscape of voices claiming to speak for the divine, not just from traditional pulpits, but across every platform imaginable? From charismatic preachers with their persuasive rhetoric to individuals boldly declaring direct, often exclusive messages from the heavens themselves. The Bible gives us a stern and unequivocal warning that in the last days, many false prophets will indeed emerge, seeking to deceive and cunningly mislead many, even, if it were possible, even the elect. Matthew 24:24. Today, this phenomenon is undeniable, spreading like wildfire through every medium. We encounter a multitude of individuals and organizations who position themselves as sole conduits of divine truth. Yet upon closer examination, their teachings often subtly or even overtly deviate from the foundational, unchanging principles of Scripture. They preach doctrines that can be spiritually intoxicating, but ultimately lead sincere seekers down paths that are not only perilous, but spiritually barren. It's a common, heartbreaking mistake for genuine, searching souls to easily embrace these unsubstantiated, often grandiose claims without diligently and prayerfully comparing them against the timeless, unchanging truth of God's holy word. How then, in this overwhelming cacophony of conflicting voices and alluring narratives, do we, as humble seekers of truth, accurately discern a true prophet, a genuine messenger of God, from a cunning deceiver? The answer, my friends, lies not in human intellect alone, but in discernment that comes through a deep, personal and abiding understanding of the Bible itself. It is our sacred anchor, our unwavering compass, meticulously guiding us to recognize authenticity and safeguarding our precious faith from the subtle snares of spiritual deception. This discernment is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is a profound spiritual gift, cultivated through prayer and study, allowing us to find absolute clarity and unwavering truth in a world that strives to confuse, and to cling with unyielding devotion to the truth that alone truly heals, liberates, and uplifts the soul. It calls us to be vigilant, to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves, protecting the purity of our spiritual walk. In the midst of these unfolding prophetic realities, a crucial, often debated aspect comes to the forefront: the varied and sometimes profoundly conflicting understandings of the 1,000 years of peace, or the millennium. Will there truly be a literal, earthly 1,000 years of perfect peace, a tangible golden age of unparalleled tranquility and direct divine rule across the globe? And perhaps even more importantly, does the Bible speak definitively, without ambiguity, on this enigmatic period? The concept of the 1,000 years of peace, the millennium, is not a minor theological point. It is a subject of passionate, intricate, and often heartfelt debate within Christian theology, revealing fascinatingly different lenses through which sincere believers view God's ultimate unfolding plan for humanity and creation. We encounter key, distinct perspectives that shape our eschatological worldview. There's amillennialism, which interprets the 1,000 years not as a literal earthly reign, but symbolically, often seeing Christ's reign as already spiritual and presently active in the hearts of believers and through the church. Then there's postmillennialism, a view that envisions Christ's glorious return, occurring after a triumphant period when the church, empowered by the Holy Spirit and through its unwavering evangelistic efforts, gradually ushers in an era of unprecedented peace and righteousness across the earth. And finally, premillennialism, perhaps the most commonly held view among many, which posits that Christ will return before the millennium, literally establishing his 1,000-year visible earthly kingdom from Jerusalem. Why do these distinct and sometimes seemingly opposing views exist? Each perspective profoundly shapes our understanding of God's precise timing, His ultimate purpose for humanity, and our active role in the grand unfolding of history. A deep, humble, and prayerful exploration of these prophecies can offer a more nuanced and accurate perspective on the world's trajectory, equipping us to prepare our hearts and minds with wisdom and discernment for whatever grand design God has in store. This pursuit of understanding fosters not division, but a deeper, more profound search for His truth, a truth that ultimately unites us in shared wonder and anticipation. It is a journey into the heart of God's redemptive plan, revealing His faithfulness and sovereignty through all ages. Hand in hand with the bewildering emergence of false prophets, casting their shadows across the spiritual landscape, is the equally alarming and pervasive increase of false doctrines and a widespread spirit of apostasy. It truly feels, does it not, as though our modern world is increasingly saturated not only with enticing yet deceptive teachings, but also with a growing, disheartening trend of open rejection and turning away from foundational, timeless faith. This spiritual erosion, this profound spiritual shift, strongly indicates that the end times might indeed be closer and more tangible than many have ever dared to imagine. The Bible, in its prophetic foresight, explicitly foretold a great falling away from genuine faith and a rampant proliferation of misleading doctrines in the very last days. Today we bear witness to the incredibly rapid and often unchallenged growth of countless new spiritualities, eclectic belief systems, and self-help philosophies, many of which directly contradict or subtly undermine the fundamental truths and core values that have been enshrined in traditional biblical teachings for millennia. This rampant spiritual drift is often tragically accompanied by swift and radical shifts in societal values, a noticeable and concerning moral decay that challenges established norms, and a public, often celebrated rejection of the very biblical principles that have historically provided a stable framework for societal order, individual ethics, and human flourishing. Does this widespread societal decline, this erosion of spiritual and moral anchors, have a deep and undeniable connection with the words of prophecy in Kintan, which spoke of many falling away? 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Absolutely. It is a resounding yes. This alarming trend underscores the urgent, critical need for a powerful restoration of genuine, authentic faith and an unyielding commitment to truthfulness. This isn't just about rigid adherence to dogma. It's about clinging with desperate longing to the very essence of God's loving and guiding word, which alone possesses the power to fortify us against this overwhelming wave of apostasy and helps us stand firm, rooted, and unshakable in our beliefs during these profoundly turbulent and tempting times. It is a fervent call to return to the sacred heart of what truly matters, to anchor our very beings in a truth that remains steadfast and unwavering amidst the shifting sands of popular opinion and transient ideologies. It compels us to cultivate a deep inner sanctuary of faith, impervious to the winds of false teaching, and to shine as lights in an increasingly dim world. In the ever-escalating context of these profound global shifts and spiritual turmoil, another intensely palpable and widely experienced sign emerges: the overwhelming sense of fear and chaos that seems to literally engulf society. Can you feel it? That unsettling, almost tangible undercurrent of anxiety that appears to ripple through nearly every facet of modern life, from the personal to the global. The Bible, with its profound psychological insight, vividly describes a time when men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Luke 21:26. This is not just a poetic phrase, it is a chillingly accurate description of our present reality. We are undeniably living in an era where profound, systemic anxiety about the future, whether it stems from economic instability that threatens our livelihoods, environmental degradation that looms over our planet, or the ever-present shadow of geopolitical conflict and war, seems to permeate every corner of the globe, touching nearly every human heart. Our relentless news cycles are a constant, overwhelming torrent, delivering a continuous stream of reports on instability, crises, and existential threats, often amplified and sensationalized, leaving countless individuals feeling increasingly insecure, disoriented, and utterly without a clear compass or guiding star. This pervasive, often paralyzing fear highlights with urgent clarity the immense and transformative importance of cultivating and fiercely maintaining inner peace and an unwavering, steadfast faith during these exceptionally tumultuous times. It's not a passive retreat, but a powerful, active choice. It is a profound invitation to actively seek solace, comfort, and divine direction in God's comforting, life-giving word, rather than allowing the tidal wave of fear to paralyze and overwhelm us, robbing us of our strength and purpose. To consciously choose faith over fear is an act of profound spiritual courage, an assertion of divine trust that empowers us to find true strength, enduring hope, and deep serenity even when the world around us appears to be unraveling into utter chaos. This choice is a testament to the power of the Spirit within, a beacon in the storm. Finally, but certainly not least, and perhaps most heartbreakingly for those who follow the path of Christ, we witness the escalating and brutal persecution of believers. Why, in an age that often champions tolerance and human rights, are so many faithful individuals across the globe facing such intense suffering, systemic opposition, and even violent oppression today? Jesus himself issued a clear, solemn warning to his disciples, echoing down through the millennia, that his followers would be hated, reviled, and persecuted for his name's sake. This ancient prophecy is no longer just words on a revered page. It has become a harsh, undeniable, and tragically widespread reality for countless Christians in various parts of the world. From oppressive, authoritarian regimes where faith is systematically suppressed and punished, to regions plagued by bitter religious conflict and intense societal pressure, believers endure immense discrimination, unjust imprisonment, unspeakable torture, and even face the ultimate sacrifice of death, simply for holding on to their cherished convictions and proclaiming the name of Jesus. This grim and ever-present reality compels us to ask a deeply personal and profound question. How do we, as modern-day followers, stand firm, unwavering, and unshakable in our faith when confronted with such formidable trials, brutal opposition, and relentless persecution? It is vital, absolutely vital, to remember that suffering for the sake of Christ is not a curse, not a punishment, but a profound and sacred honor, a testament to unwavering devotion, and it will surely be rewarded beyond measure in the eternal realms. This enduring strength, this unyielding resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity, is not merely a human feat. It is a powerful, living witness to the unshakable truth and transformative power of faith itself, a vibrant beacon of hope for all those who are lost in darkness and desperately seek his redeeming light. This sign, though painful, reminds us of the eternal weight of our calling and the preciousness of our spiritual inheritance. We've only just begun to touch upon the profound and undeniable signs laid out in the sacred scriptures concerning the end times. What we've meticulously explored today, the relentless global conflicts and their devastating ripples, the overwhelming surge in natural disasters and widespread pandemics, the unsettling rise of deceptive false prophets and alluring yet dangerous false doctrines, the diverse and often conflicting interpretations of the prophetic millennium, the pervasive, almost tangible fear gripping society, and the heartbreaking, escalating persecution of devoted believers. These are not random occurrences, disconnected events in a chaotic universe. Far from it. They are, in fact, a coherent, intricately woven tapestry, each thread carefully placed by the hand of divine prophecy, each a clear, unmistakable signal, a profound divine whisper directly to our waiting souls. They are pieces of a cosmic puzzle, fitting together to reveal a much larger, more significant picture. These signs are not meant to paralyze us with fear or lead us into despair. Instead, they are designed to awaken us, to ignite a deep, urgent sense of purpose within our spirits, to call us back to the divine truth that grounds all existence. Each sign serves as a powerful wake-up call, an urgent and loving invitation for us to gaze inward, to embark on a fearless self-examination, to reevaluate our lives' priorities, and to diligently prepare our hearts and minds for the magnificent, awe-inspiring, and ultimately glorious events that are swiftly approaching. This preparation isn't about dread or anxiety, it's about cultivating hope, fostering spiritual renewal, and forging an ever deeper, unbreakable connection to the eternal, unchanging source of all life and love. It's about building a spiritual sanctuary within your own being, resilient to the storms. If you felt a stirring in your spirit today, if this journey through the landscape of prophecy has brought a glimmer of light, a moment of profound clarity, or a renewed sense of peace to your soul amidst life's inevitable shadows and uncertainties, then I invite you, with open arms, to become an integral part of our growing spiritual family. Your presence here, your unique thoughts, your invaluable insights, they are not just welcomed, they are cherished, for they enrich this sacred conversation and deepen our collective understanding. Please take a moment to share your own reflections in the comments below. Have you noticed these signs manifesting in your own personal life, perhaps in subtle ways, or in the broader world around you? Your stories, your pressing questions, your heartfelt prayers, they are not just contributions, they are invaluable threads that weave into the fabric of our shared spiritual tapestry. And if this message has resonated deeply within your heart, if it has offered you a moment of clarity, a renewed sense of purpose, or a spark of divine inspiration, then I humbly and lovingly invite you to consider supporting this ministry. Every contribution, no matter how modest or seemingly small, is a priceless blessing and a testament to your belief in this work. It is this shared energy, this collective commitment, that empowers us to continue sharing the transformative power of God's timeless word, to bring His radiant light to more and more hearts around the globe who are desperately seeking truth, healing, and guidance in these unprecedented times. This work, dear friends, is not merely a task. It is a profound labor of love, a sacred calling to bring comfort, understanding, and divine wisdom to a world that yearns for it. Your energy and support directly fuel our ability to reach out further, to touch more lives, and to spread this message of hope far and wide. Thank you, from the very depths of my heart, for being here, for taking the time to listen, to reflect, and for courageously joining us on this incredible, unfolding journey of faith, discovery, and profound spiritual awakening. Please, if you feel led, consider liking this video, sharing it with someone you believe needs to hear this urgent and hopeful message, and subscribing to our channel to stay connected. Together, walking hand in hand, we can navigate these prophetic times with unwavering courage, divine wisdom, and an unshakable faith in the glorious promises yet to unfold. Our collective journey is just beginning, and the light of truth continues to shine brighter with every step we take together.